Hello, Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. In this video, I'm working on a traveler's notebook layout that I titled Canyon, and I'm scrapping a couple of photos, and I'm using the digital scrapbook kit Wanderlust by Wendyp Designs, which was from Sweetshoppe Designs some years ago. So here I am working with a double page spread, and I have 3 photos that are square that will go basically across the page. And one thing I'm paying attention to is that because it goes across 2 pages, one of the photos will be cut apart at some place because there's not enough room for 2 photos to go on one page. I paid attention to where I want to have that photo cut apart because I don't want it to cut apart right in where there's a person that is going to be cut apart in the face or something. So I pay attention to where I can cut apart a photo, but it doesn't matter for me if just a little bit of the background, which is just woods and outdoorsy things without much of a motive or motif. So I don't mind if a part of it gets cut apart for a little bit. But here I'm still working on the rest of the page design. Here I have a couple of rectangular papers and this paper strip that will go on top of this like little wooden looking paper piece. And then I have the photos that I can then put down. As usual, I run a card along the edges to distress the edges of all my papers except the circle. For the circle, I use a circle die cut, and so it already has some dimension by itself, but the rest will have just distressed edges because I find it gives a lot more dimension to my page. And you see there the line where the photo will be cut. It will just be the back of the person on the photo there, so it's not a big deal. And then I have all the rest of my embellishments. So there are some of the embellishments that came with the kit. Anything that is circular, I use my circle dies to cut them. And then I have flowers, I have flower dies, but sometimes I also use my silhouette to cut things out. It depends on what I'm doing here. For example, that shoe is cut from cardstock as a print and cut that I used my silhouette for. And I have a method that is not the standard print and cut that comes with the Silhouette Studio software. I have my own method that I find works much better, much more precise than the Silhouette official print and cut way. And I have a tutorial of how I do this, so if you are interested, you can check out the tutorials playlist, or I'm probably going to leave a link in the description box below, so you can check it out there to see how I get perfect print and cuts pretty much every time that I attempt that. Then here, often I have my own word strips that I create, but for this one I just used word strips that came with this digital scrapbooking kit. And then the title is just from one of my dies, my alpha dies. I like to use alpha dies rather than stickers. There is that added, I have to work with glue, which stickers you don't need to, but I can, they're very versatile, and I do not have all these leftover sticker pieces of letters that I don't need or use or then won't be able to form a word with. So I circumvent all of that if I just get alpha dies and use those to create my alphas. And I often do a mixture of dies and stamping and all that, so it keeps it interesting that way. So anyway, here I am just finishing up my title for this page, and I'm putting the ruler down to see where will the cut be, where will the 2 pages get separated so that my alpha doesn't go, or my title doesn't go across the 2 pages there, because I didn't want a word to be cut apart. Or a letter. I wanted to avoid that, and so that's what I put the ruler down for. And then here I have a little button. It's also from a die. I don't really like to use real buttons. I have tons of them ready for use, but I find they make my pages way too bulky. I am using these kind of bulky flowers, paper flowers that I created from some of my dies, but they will push down over time as I put this in an album, or I just put it together. So I'm not too concerned about that, but I don't like to use things that are too bulky that make my page too crazy. In the end, I turn this around or flip this around, and then I cut the pages apart so that they can then be put in my traveler's notebook that I am putting together. So here I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Consider subscribing, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.